All right, Deshaun and Chris are playing soccer. Chris takes a shot on goal. Deshaun is 3 feet in front of the goal and can reach the top of the 8-foot goal when standing directly beneath it. Can he block the shot from his current position without moving or jumping? So what we want to know basically is what is the height of the ball going to be when it's, let's see, the goal's at 25 feet. He's standing 3 feet in front of it, so 22 feet. We need an equation, or it would be helpful to have an equation to figure this out. And so we're looking at quadratics, which is an ax squared plus bx plus c. A lot of times bx and c are 0, but we need something in this form of sorts. For this particular one, it's actually going to be easier to have something in the form of a times x minus h squared plus k. Okay, and this is our vertex form. And the reason I say that is because we have the vertex right here. All right. So if we can figure this out based off of the information that we have. I think we actually need somewhere along the line it gives us the information on the height of that ball as well. We'll come back to that though. So a x minus h squared plus k, we'll say that this is f of x. And what we do know, we don't necessarily know a right now, but we do know h and k. We know h and k. We know this is our h value, and this is our k value. H is our x value, k is our y value. So f of x is equal to a times x minus 16 squared plus 11. And you might notice that this is a negative 16 because it's minus h. H is positive, so we're doing minus a negative number. If it was negative, it would end up being x plus h. It's a little counterintuitive, but just kind of keep that in mind. All right, so we need to know the height of the ball when she kicks it. So I'm going to pause this real quick and get that. Okay, so the ball at 2 feet away from 0 is at a height of 1.2 feet. And so we can use that information because we know that information. If we plug that in, then f of 2 is equal to 1.2. And so 1.2 is equal to a times 2 minus 16 squared plus 11. Just do some algebra here. Let's do it parentheses first. We'll go ahead and follow PEMDAS. 1.2 equals a times 2 minus 16 is negative 14. We're going to square that, plus 11. Negative 14 squared, I believe, is 196. Yes. Okay, so 1.2. Don't want my eraser. Should have a quiz on finding the mistakes in the videos. 1.2 equals 196a plus 11. 1.2 minus 11. We're going to subtract 11 from both sides. And we get negative 9.8 equals 196a. Divide both sides by 196. And a is equal to negative 0.05. Okay, so that's our a value. So our equation for this then is f of x is equal to negative 0.05 times x minus 16 squared plus 11. And we want to know if he's going to be able to catch it. We know that right here is 8 feet. And so if the ball is above 8 feet at our x value right here, which is 3 feet in front of the goal, so 22, if it's above 8 feet, he's not going to catch it. If it's below 8 feet, then he'll get it, right? Or if it's 8 feet or below. So let's go ahead and plug in our x value for that. So 22, f of 22, that's a 2, is equal to negative 0.05 times 22 minus 16, all squared, plus 11. We want to just plug that into your calculator. 22 minus 16 is 6. I'm going to square that and then times it by negative 0.05. And so we get f of 22 is equal to 11, or negative 1.8 plus 11. And that is 9.2 feet. So it's going to be at 9.2 feet right here. And it's going to sail right over his head. Okay, and that's part A of this example. So we're going to leave it at that, and I will make another video about part B as to whether or not the ball is going to make it into the goal. It's a very similar thing. The goal is at 25 feet, and the top of the net is at 8 feet. So if it's at 8 feet, it's going to bounce off. If it's below 8 feet, it should go in. And if it's above 8 feet, then it's going to go over the goal. So maybe you can try and figure that out on your own before watching the next video.